Yo, what is up, gamers? Um, I'm doing this with no script. This is going to be one of the first videos about this kind of thing that I do ever make. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the things that you should be doing before you go into normal and heroic raid and in your mythic raid. Um, so there's going to be a couple things. There's going to be a list, and thank you, Larius, for creating a good guide, like always. Um, I'm just going to jump in to the game, and again, this list is going to be based off of Larius's guide, but it's also going to be a more easy to understand version. So if we're logging on for the first time today, it is Tuesday, the 17th. Raid does come out today. Many people are also raiding today, normal, heroic, whether you do splits or not, etc. And there has been varying information between, do I do nightmare hunts? Do I do the M0s now that they give champion gear? Do I do what do I craft? What are my embellishments? That's what I'm going to cover mainly today. And you can see everything is popping up off the rip. So the first thing that we would want to do when we log on is we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go ahead and pick up the weekly pinnacle quest. I was hoping it would be like this. You're either going to want to pick the delves or the dungeons. I would personally recommend the delves one, because if we kind of look at the way... Here, let's get to where the vault is. If we look at the way the vault is filled this week, because this will also be the first week to have a vault. Where is it? It's up here. Most people that are normal and heroic rating will want those heroic pieces in their vault. So how you'll be able to do that, you'll be able to fill this bottom with tier 8 delves. And I do recommend you to do all 8. Up here, I do recommend if you can get through if you get through 6 bosses for great, minimum 4 would be awesome. This is going to get you your first vault, and it's going to be big. Especially if you're behind on sparks, like me, I play a bunch of tunes. I only have 2 sparks. The best way to get these on catch up is going to be to do delves as well. Delves do have a pretty good chance to drop a spark, especially if you use a coffer key, which you can also get from doing the weekly assignments around the map. That's like Abundance, that's like Runestone, that's the Singularity, that's the whatever the Herondar one is called. It's like the Artifact or something. There's also going to be other stuff that you could do today before raid. I am going to recommend everybody to kill Lewishall today. This boss, if we go to look at the adventure guide, Lewishall drops a guaranteed piece for your first kill on your account of the day at champion 2 of 6. That being said, this is a piece that we want to have going into raid because it is 250. It's going to be better than everything we have. Hopefully you don't get unlucky and get a weapon. After that, you're doing your delves, and then you can go ahead and craft. So just to get into crafting, the guy for the crafting orders is right over here. You go ahead and talk to him. And most everybody, if we just pull up the Larius guide, the crafting advice has shifted to from don't use sparks to use sparks. This is definitely more of a newer thing. Pretty much every caster, what this is saying is every caster in the game can craft a 2-hand with an embellishment. And the embellishment that we're going to use is Dark Moon Sigil Hunt. This is going to give us a 259 piece of gear. And then to sum up what this is saying, by the second week of Mythic Raid at the least, so the week of the 31st, our 2-handed weapon versus a 1-hand and an offhand is going to save a lot of crests. Dual wielders, most of you guys are still crafting your 1-handers, and survival as well, but it will depend on the Discord as well. But I assume most melees will want to also craft a two-hander if possible. Another reason we are crafting a two-hander is because the only two-hander for casters is actually... They said it was off of the last boss. It's off of the last boss of March, and that's not even out yet, so that's going to be on the 31st. And just using a two-hander, it's just going to save us those crests. Instead of spending 160 to do an offhand and a main hand, we're going to use 80. And those myth crests are going to be valuable. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to, because I am a holy priest, and that's my main, and I play a lot of casters, I'm going to be crafting a two-hand weapon. I'm going to, which, if you just look at weapons, where's that at? Staves, two-handed staves. I believe it's the cane that most people are going to be crafting. The mats are not very expensive either. Just make sure to get them on rank 3 or rank 2, whatever it is now. And then we are embellishing, out of all of these, we are using, on almost every class in the game, we're using Darkmoon Sigil Hunt. There's some classes that are also recommending Darkmoon Sigil Void, which is also good if your class values versatility a little bit. But Hunt is just going to be, I mean, kind of the same thing, and it's going to be a little more secondary stat for your buck. On our other piece of gear, so that's going to be our Sparkcraft. And on casters, that's going to be 4 of our sparks, which is all of the sparks we have currently. On one-handers, you're only spending 2 sparks. So you can get away with maybe sparking something else, give you a little power bump, etc. Maybe there's an angle where you craft 2 weapons, you know, something like that. And check your class Discord for sure, for like demon hunters, for rogues, etc. Anyways, most other classes are going to want to, like, that are crafting with the 4 sparks. Most of these people are also going to want to craft one of these, like, for cloth, it's like the courtly stuff, the blues. And we're going to want to craft that in a non-tier slot. So we're talking about, like, a cape, wrists, boots, waist, stuff like that. Most of the time, it most likely will be your cloak. That's what most people are recommending, but again, you can check your Discord. On pretty much, I did a little bit of research on most classes that we're doing this on, like the, which one's the cape? Which one's the cape? Let's type in courtly. Looking at, I guess there is not a cape, excuse me. Okay. There probably is, actually. It's probably just not in cloth. Yeah, surely there's a cloak. There's a blue cloak, right? Yeah, courtly cloak. Okay, there we go. Most of the, so every class in the game then could craft a courtly cloak. It's very cheap, and you can embellish it. That's going to be the most important part. Before you step into raid, you're going to want to have 2 embellishments. We have Darkmoon Sigil Hunt already from our weapon craft. We're going to want to embellish this with Arcana Weave lining most of the time. Some classes are also recommending Sunfire Silk. Some healers are recommending Blessed Pango. I don't really like the way that embellishment works. I think some people are recommending Devouring Banding as well. I don't think it truly matters. I think the main important part is that you have a second embellishment. I'm going to be crafting with Arcana Weave lining. I don't think it would be a bad thing if you guys craft with Devouring Banding, etc., etc. So that handles our crafts for the most part. So again, step 1, we're looking at the world boss. Step 2, we're making sure we do the world quest. I would personally recommend the delves at tier 8s because we're doing them to fill our vault anyways. That's going to get us our 4 sparks. When we have our 4 sparks, we're going to go ahead and craft. Regardless if you're a one-hander or a two-hander. If you're a one-hander, check your class Discord. Casters are going to be all the same, though, and that's definitely a lot of people. Two-handed classes that can, like, DKs can do that, too. Can craft with the 4 sparks. Anybody that, like, normally just uses one two-hander. Arms warrior, if you're a psychopath, etc. After that, these are going to be optional things if you just have extra time. The only other stuff to do this week would be, like, if you want to super sweat, super try hard it, You could technically, Larius talks about in the guide, I don't know, I'm not totally sure where it is. He talks about getting your rating up for PvP, to get the catalyst charge, but we're gonna get it next week from M Plus anyway. So if you're just a raider or you're an M Plus player, you don't like PvP, don't burn yourself out. Some people are recommending to do M0s daily, but some people are recommending to do the zeros daily. But personally, it's not a big bump, and that's going to be stuff we replace in heroic raid anyways, especially if you're a mythic raider like myself. If you have extra time instead of running tours, we did find out this morning that they are seasonal dungeons, instead of what we had before. So how that's going to work is I would recommend most people then to either run Algathar Academy or Windrunner Spire, just to target trinkets. Because these trinkets that drop off of Emberdawn, the Emberwing Feather, it's really good because we don't have a lot of haste right now. It's very valuable on most classes. You can check your sims and make sure it's good for you. That trinket is both available for intellect and agi users. Algathar Academy has the oh, I can't see it on this class. It's the puzzle box. The puzzle box is back. Agi and strength users, this is going to be your thing. You're gonna go ahead and if you want to farm it, if you have the time, go ahead. These are both daily lockout. When Windrunner Spire, you could even just like go in and kill the first boss and leave. I mean, nothing. Heart of Wind is okay. There's some stuff in here that would be cool. You can get the mount. I mean, cool, whatever. But yeah, definitely, if you have a bunch of extra time, spend it on farming these M0s more than anything. But I mean, with that, that's kind of all you got to do before raid. When you go into raid, you get your loot, you get big, and GG. So yeah, again, this was a no script thing. This is going to be the first video I make, first guide-like video I make. Any feedback is appreciated in the comments or the replies. This is going to go on Patreon as well. And I'm going to go ahead in the description. I'm going to also link Larius's guide. Raiders, gamers, I wish you luck this week. I wish you luck in your Mythic. And if you have any questions too, just let me know on Discord, in the comments, etc. So best of luck and happy gaming.